Hey everyone! I seem to have around 100,000 subscribers. I need to record some kind of cool celebratory message. And I thought it would be best to record it from above somewhere. But to get to the top, you first need to go below.
A few minutes before these shots, I had already walked through these pipes to make sure there was an exit from here. The system itself is quite branched, and therefore there's a chance to get lost. The most unpleasant thing here is the dust. It had settled here for decades, and as I walked through, I stirred it up. It's weightless and pervasive, gets into your eyes, your nose, overall is very unpleasant. There's hardly any air circulation, and walking is difficult, but at least it's dry.
And so, after passing through this remarkable pipe, through these underground passages, we find ourselves in something resembling a bomb shelter. At the very least, there are small ventilation doors, some remnants of machinery, and in the distance, pipes of a characteristic color are visible. These pipes, as a rule, indicate that a filter ventilation unit was located here, the so-called FVUs, and indeed, I turned out to be correct. Here are the remnants of the charcoal filters, the air injection system, and all that goes with it. In principle, it's even possible to manage the processes that are occurring there, but you can't see anything from here.
Oh, the bomb shelter itself is quite spacious, so in the basement of this building there are many partitions, some with doors, some without. Oh, RSFSR, Moscow City Executive Committee's Metalworking Industry Department, Metal Products Plant number 4. Okay.
The safe is closed. Well, there you go. Head of City Services, MTS. But MTS, I suppose here, isn't a mobile network, but rather some kind of material and technical supply department. And here's the boss's office. No? The boss clearly had quite a few gas mask filters and gas masks. Huh? No? Nothing is left of them. This is a very powerful flashlight. I was actually going to record a short greeting for you, but it's turning into a full-fledged talk. Well, perhaps that's for the best. We walked into a room, sir, and saw this interesting structure. It looks like a compressor. At first we thought it was a diesel generator, but it's a compressor. Yeah, it really looks more like it. The most surprising thing is that even various copper parts have remained, which are typically removed first. And essentially, if you were to connect the KBO, you would be able to start this entire unit. Here it says something like full start, so it's purely like controlling some old vintage locomotive. Control. Alright, let's begin, okay? On the other side, you see this particular compressor is situated right here, and on the opposite side there's an apparatus, which I've read is an evaporative regulating unit, the AIR-60. Now, what exactly is its function? It dates back to the year 1954.
What is it for? I'll tell you later in the next segment, as I have no internet now and I truly don't know what this is. This unit is part of a refrigeration machine. Inside, at low temperature, the refrigerant, Freon, boils. This removes heat from the substance being cooled. It could be air or water or some kind of salt solution. I suppose you have to choose the met. So boiling Freon evaporates and its vapors are drawn out by the compressor we just saw is evaporation and pause. But why is all of this installed here? And pause. That question is open. Most likely is for cooling the air when ventilating the building. Someone recalling MSU legends might suggest it's for freezing the ground. But judging by its look, the unit hasn't worked for a decade and we didn't see a replacement. In that case, the building would have long ago slid away. So we'll stick with the option of air conditioning the premises. We continue our journey through this bomb shelter located in the basement.
Parquet planks that have rotted just a little, only a tiny bit, and all sorts of different little windows cut out. So the assumption is that all of this was built, meaning specifically this basement, the steel bait, all of it right here. Large equipment was delivered, perhaps it was loaded by crane, and then the building was assembled from above. But that's not the main point.
We are on the lower level, which is a kind of peculiar bomb shelter, a refuge. Our task is to get out of here. From this shelter, as it turned out, many stairs lead upwards. In this video segment we only found the first, went up it, and ran into an air duct door locked from the other side.
Oh, what a bust. Let's keep exploring. Well, it seems the door was locked. We got unlucky, so we'll walk further through this bunker and search for other doors.
And so far we've seen these really wonderful things, either urns or flower beds. It's hard to tell what they used to be, but now they're just hanging out here.
There is lighting in a section of the bunker. A temporary setup has been laid, and this means that perhaps we'll be able to get upstairs.
If you turn off the light, you can see that part of this bomb shelter is quite illuminated, and some work is apparently being done here. This is what I wanted to show you, Taish. The dealers once decided to use this bunker as a casino, and here we see old machines that you can play in the casino.
Oh no! Stop the betting! Oh no, no, no!
Oh, wow. There used to be all sorts of bushes growing here. In short, the fact is that there really used to be a bomb shelter here.
There used to be a casino here. Nothing is left from the casino except for these few slot machines and a large number of some mirrors, signs, and so on. After going through a few more rooms, we saw a whole lot more slot machines.
Various mechanisms here and so on. Basically, you can set up your own Stoker casino. Igor, lay to. All right, I'm going to try to really get this party started. Hold on a second. This is exactly how we're going to make it happen.
So, am I a winner in life? Oh, gee, you are really getting on my last nerve. So, listen, I know that I'm a winner in life. That's why I've got 3 sevens. Woohoo! Oh man, I'm so lucky.
There is a lot of overexposed film lying around, but unfortunately, nothing can be seen on it. Walking on such things makes me glad that I have boots that can handle it, and I won't end up piercing my wonderful cute little feet.
So, plus I was killed by this picture. Metro Man, troll face, solid oil. Well, I think the solid oil is meant for the backside of this drawing. Very funny.
All right, this is perfect. The ball. Andrew is in the goal. Just a second, I'll quickly set it up there.
Haha, it's a goal. Absolutely brilliant.
Another staircase. We climbed up, glad the door wasn't locked. A passage lay ahead. Eagerly hoping for an exit, we rushed into the room. But alas analog. Beyond the equipment cabinets, we found nothing of value. We did spot an exit door, but it was completely blocked by debris. There's nothing here. A staircase.
Oh, what a captivating spell.
So, look, someone must come to this equipment. This is probably the light. Really? Isn't this about our very own soul?
Says here are doors there, and it says here under the keyhole.
Yes, it's somehow locked. Well, another door, and from behind it a distinct noise was heard. Such a noise, a cleaning noise, I would say. Someone is sweeping something there, but for now it's just another dead end. Well, we'll have to search for another exit to the staircase.
We are not giving up. We've once again come across the familiar topic, the compressor that I was telling you about. And here is this very evaporators. The manufacturing year on this one is actually 1953.
So here we have a pressure gauge, a vacuum gauge, and a very large water tank. Well, not enormous, but quite substantial. Right beside this tank, you can see a hand pump for circulating water and various different valves and so forth.
The compressed air was, apparently, being forced and directed precisely to this location, gathering and accumulating within this specific container. Here, it probably dehumidified, if it's that cooling evaporative unit, whatever it's called. The air was likely cooled, got rid of excess moisture, and then just went somewhere. Maybe it was some clever heat exchanger. It's unclear. Okay, there's no time to figure this out. We really weren't planning on staying here in the basement. It just somehow happened. We didn't mean for this though, that we're just walking, wandering and messing around. What is this?
Just a rotometer.
Rotometer, exactly. Apparently for liquid.
A rotometer is an instrument used to determine the flow rate of liquid or gas. Simply put, the essence of its operation is this. Within this glass tube, there is a float. The liquid or gas moves from the bottom upwards, causing the float to rise. The higher the flow rate, the higher the float rises.
You apply the calibration, and by the position of this float, you measure the flow. The entire bomb shelter is crammed with these kinds of local ventilation units, these rooms with compressors and so on. This is not the only one. There are quite a few here. Some of them have been preserved better, some not so well. And there are those characteristic civil defense posters visible.
And the most important thing in all this, as Comrade Lenin proclaims, now a revolution is only worth something if it knows how to defend itself. Well, and we have another staircase. Let's go and try it.
I decided to use high-tech methods to see what was holding the doors from the other side. I turned on my GoPro and connected it to my phone via Wi-Fi. This way, on my phone, I saw the camera's image. I pushed it through the hole in the door and saw the lock. You can see it right there, top left in the frame. Was everything clear? The main thing was not to drop the camera, as I was holding it with just the tips of 2 fingers.
We're all walking, looking for ways out of here. And along the way, we found the FEU unit, but I've already shown you plenty of those. Here, something else is interesting. You can manually pump air here. Look, with such effort there, we're coolant.
Scary.
Well, that's the situation. So what you can do here is, it's like a free makeshift gym during a nuclear war. You just bring in the food and then you take out all the waste. And so, finally, after a very long search, we found a staircase that appears to be open. A garage is located there.
Well, this is a basement room and there's some kind of tractor here. Now we're going to explore and make our way upstairs.
We found ourselves in bedrooms in the building's technical basement. The noise filled the air, the AC system hummed, something flowed through pipes, and crucially people walked by periodically. Amidst this noise, their footsteps were completely inaudible, so we had to be very attentive. We even had to hide a couple of times, but everything worked out. some struggling, we find the right door. Our goal is achieved. We are inside the building. Hooray!
Anyway, we're going up in the elevator. Here's the elevator. Here we are. Here I am. Anyway, we got inside the building. We finally managed it. Hi, Consul, if you can hear us. Dispatcher, hello. We're awesome. We pulled it off. Let's just say we got into the building, bypassing it all. Now we need to get upstairs. That's going to be a whole other pain.
Barricade station.
He's a winner in life, generally speaking, and this is proven by the snow that's just begun to fall, and which essentially made our climb to the top quite meaningless, because, well, you can see a little naturally, but not nearly as much as we had hoped. That's the first thing, and the second is that the star itself ended up way over there. We couldn't get to it because everything there is so intensely blocked and people are just milling around. Such a sad state of affairs. Overall, the weather, of course, ruined the mood. And basically there's not much to do here right now because the accessible doors are very well sealed and occupied, and we won't reach the star today. So after admiring these views a bit from more or less decent height, at least some down there, Barikadnaya metro station, -3 degrees, 1704. I think we'll slowly start to head out now. Well, it's good we at least showed you a little bit of what this Stalinka is like. We got a little insight into its bunker, realizing that in principle it's a fairly standard setup, 2 basement levels, 1 technical, the second, strictly speaking, the bunker itself. If at MSU it was, of course, a harsh, severe bunker with large blast doors, here everything is a bit simpler, but nevertheless it's a shelter that could have helped someone, saved someone, probably something like that. We failed with the star. Well, but I think if we keep at it long enough, something will come of it, but that's for another time. The weather isn't great anyway, there's nothing to do up here, so we're heading to the subway. Maybe we'll go somewhere else, climb something. So that's it. Subscribe to the channel, give a like. This was MS and a little bit of Igor with you.